So beautiful sunny day out here in Victoria, and things are getting down to the wire. So let me back up and tell you a little bit of the story as to why I came here. You see, a few months ago, I met a very interesting individual, a very interesting entrepreneur named Gordy Ball. He's someone who really gets it. So we were going back and forth for a few months, Skyping, figuring out how we can work together. And then this idea of CTR Media had been kind of playing in the background. How can we build a media platform, a kind of conscious network that creates high quality content, but very specifically with amazing conscious partners? People who are already leading in these spaces, but need more distribution, need more of a megaphone for their message to go out into the world. So one of the people we spoke a lot about was Dave Asprey, right? Gordy has a connection to Dave. They're doing tons of work with all the different stuff that Dave is doing in the biohacking community, and they wanted to figure out, how can we leverage this? So I'm here to make some magic happen, leverage this opportunity, and make a game plan that we can execute to make this fully come to life. So sometimes to build relationships, you have to travel by land, air, or even sea to get there. You know, so many people want to be a digital nomad, but what they're not willing to do is buy the first ticket, put in their own dollar and invest in actually moving around the world, meeting people in different areas, and being able to work around the world. That requires people to get outside of their comfort zone, outside of the bubble that is their home and their life and their friends and family, and go and immerse into the unknown. Jump right in and not knowing how or where you are going to end up, or who you're going to meet, where you're going to sleep at night, and where you're going to work, or how you're going to pay your bills. If you want to be a digital nomad, what you have to be is a risk taker. When you invest in relationships, you are given the opportunity to get to know someone, and for them to get to know you, for them to get to trust you, for them to get to interact with you, and then to potentially do business with you. So that's why I travel. That's why I come to places like Vancouver to meet friends or to find potential clients, to build relationships and help support these people in their missions. I don't come here because somebody necessarily paid me. In some cases I do, but for the most part, what I'm really doing is investing in myself and investing in the relationships that I'm able to create, because that's what makes me move forward. That's what says you care. That's what sets you apart from everyone else who's just chasing after a job by sending emails. I'll tell you that in business, there is nothing that will ever replace showing up and meeting people face to face. Now here's the thing, investing in relationships requires time and money. It's gonna require you to put out something before you ever receive something. And I think that's symptomatic of what happens in business. We think that business is about receiving, it's about selling, it's about putting out your products and services and making money from those things. But I think you're way more likely to be successful if you instead think about, how do you give first? How do you show up for someone else? How do you create value for something outside of you? Because that's where business is done. That's where people choose to trust you, choose to work with you, choose to hone in your skills and the value that you were able to bring to them and reward that. So if you want to be rewarded, get out there and give.
I think it's doable. I oversaw the whole thing. I mean, I like the direction personally. If I had $50,000 right now, would I spend it on doing it? The answer is I do, and I am. You know what I mean? I'm doing it right now. I mean, there's a camera in the room, and there's a, you know, it's not like it wasn't more expensive to fly out German for me, and it was. You know, and it requires that investment in this because I know it moves that relationship forward. I also think it brings something to the conscious partners that they all need. They need a team. They need a marketing team. Everywhere I go, you know, it's the same problem. I have a project that I was on the line with earlier today. They're hiring me as a strategist, kind of like I did here, and they raised $7 million, and they want to spend $1 million in creating content, and they have nobody to do it and nobody to lead it. And so who gets those contracts? Who creates that content? And there's definitely no saturation to that. There's only more and more attention. There's only more and more cell phones. There's only more and more people adopting the internet. There's only more and more people ending up on all of these conscious partner websites. So I think there is a massive opportunity to be had, and I don't think it's that rich of an ask. It was fun.
The hand is away.
Came and made some magic happen.
Started working.
Yeah.
The alchemy is starting.
Oh yeah.
Our work in this town is done, but not before we make our way home.
No, this is amazing.
But there's been so much that we've learned in our time here, so much amazing stuff, so much great shout out to Kaylee and Julian for just having us, hosting us, as well as Gordy and the entire CTR team. Absolutely impressed with what they're doing here, and they're going to be making so many waves. And chances are I'll be back in the near future. But until next time, we're going to be hopping on over to Vermont real quick, and so much stuff going on the land tomorrow. Just amazing, totally amazing, and tons of gratitude.